everybody, and welcome back to Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, and our featured matchup for the day brings us to the map Tournament Undergrounds. And spawning on the left-hand side as the pink Reaper 17, we have PoKeMoM, aka Megass owns, and then sliding over to the right-hand side as the red GDI, we have Bikerushownz. So here we go. It is going to be Tournament Undergrounds, a map that I have not seen as far as casting goes in a long time, so it's nice to see this map being pumped out on the replay system. And for those of you out there, pros or mids or noobs alike, post replays of crazy maps like this one. It makes it a lot more fun for casting anyways. But it looks like it is going to be a few disintegrators headed straight up through the middle, likely going to be trying to allow this assimilator an opportunity to grab the Tiberium spike in the center. So going to be vying for that center Tiberium spike. A lot of disintegrators being invested in here for PoKeMoM, but it looks like Bikerush is going to shut this down. He's got stacked up rifleman squads. If there was a buzzer mixed in there, I think this would be lights out here for Bikerush, but it looks like he is going to get himself the Tiberium spike as well as clean up all of those disintegrators. So no buzzers actually out there to clean this stuff up, and it looks like the buzzer's going to be running forward now. Unfortunately, completely whiffs on the squad there, but a follow-up Shardwalker coming out from PoKeMoM, going to be able to clean that up. The assimilator was pulled back here from PoKeMoM, so he did keep that alive. Wasn't spotted there by the random rifleman squad passing by it. And now we're going to settle into a bit of eco play here, as I don't think either one of these guys really has much in the way of early rush options. I mean, Bikerush could go super aggressive and go for some pit bulls, but he's going to go for the pack up on the expand. I would think that a second War Factory would come down if he's going to go super aggressive. So likely going to be settling into that eco game here, and that's going to be nice. Going to be allowing PoKeMoM an opportunity to get up some tech, maybe look to go for an expansion. He is going to opt to go for the expand as well, so no quick tier 2 out of him just yet. As we can see, that's a power plant back here on the map. But in the meantime, it doesn't look like either one of these guys has opted to go for this far northern Tiberium spike, so that's still up for grabs for anybody, and it looks like the center EMP control center is still up for grabs as well. We'll have to see if those get captured later on in the game. But a Shardwalker coming through the middle of the map here for PoKeMoM, going to be giving him plenty of opportunity to get some scouting information here. And in the meantime, Bikerushownz is just going to be dropping another power plant, keeping that power online. So nothing too crazy going on early game. It looks like Bikerushownz has maybe got a tiny bit of a leg up as far as the expansion timing, as PoKeMoM does expand a little bit more towards the center of the map. Going to be giving him a little bit more build radius out for PoKeMoM to try to defend his base. So that's kind of interesting drone platform placement. It will also allow him to protect his Tiberium spike as well, so should be interesting. Doesn't look like either one of these guys seems too concerned about getting too much scouting information, as we did see PoKeMoM running around with that Shardwalker. A rifleman squad going to be running down the center for Bikerush, just going to be getting some scouting information in the middle. He could potentially follow up with a drafted engineer to grab that Tiberium spike back for himself, but he always does run the risk of a buzzer hidden behind that tib spike. That's always a nice thing to do if you are some type of a scrin faction, is pop a buzzer back there, and that's pretty much protected tib spike for a long portion of the game if you're paying attention. Refinery down on the expansion here for PoKeMoM. Likewise for Bikerush, it looks like that's already operational as well. He looks like he's maybe ready to drop a second one. It could be another War Factory. No, it is going to be a second refinery, so heavy eco play coming out from Bikerushownz. Not a whole lot to be said here early on. Likely going to be pretty much the same thing coming out from PoKeMoM. These guys going to be going for that blue tib as well. It looks like Bikerush is going to get away with a full harvester, whereas PoKeMoM's only going to get about a half a harvester here. And I don't think he went for any early blue tib either, from what I could tell. So it looks like Bikerush is going to be getting the leg up there on blue tib. And a surveyor coming out here from Bikerush going up north as well. So going to be going super heavy eco here. And we'll have to see if that gets spotted. It looks like we do have a Shardwalker going to be getting shot up by a harvester that's headed up north, going to that expansion. So really lackluster early game. These guys just going to be playing the super eco game. PoKeMoM seems okay with that. He's going to drop himself a growth stimulator on his main field. Going to be getting that Tiberium regrowing a little bit faster, as well as the passive income there from that growth stimulator. So now we're seeing some offensive units coming out here. Bikerush going to be pumping out some Predator tanks. He's actually going to micro this one back to deal with the Shardwalkers. And it is pouring rain outside, so I apologize if you guys can hear that. But it looks like a crane down from Bikerush as well, so super eco build here out of Bikerush. Not sure where his outpost is. It is deployed now, so outpost is up and running. In the meantime, we do have some Predator tanks rolling up to the north side of the map, and it looks like just a scouting squad likely cleaned up here on the left-hand side. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the middle. It looks like a harvester here going to the blue Tiberium for Bikerush. Going to get caught out here by some seeker tanks, and he should be going down. He's going to lose some Seeker tanks to kill that Harvester, but I think that's probably worth it. It's tough to say. The Harvester didn't have any blue tib, so it doesn't really matter too much. He's not going to like he's denying the blue tib. And now all of those Seeker tanks going down. So I'm thinking a net loss there for PoKeMoM. However, he does eliminate any possibility of more blue Tiberium going over to Bike Rush. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Tier 2 is done now for PoKeMoM, so he's going to be pumping out some of those Devourer tanks. Something very standard there for Reaper 17. And going to be charging those up as well. Let's see what he's got going on in his main here. Not a whole lot to be said. Should be looking to sell up... Well, no, actually, he's still got a ton of eco on that field. I was going to say you could look to sell up one of those refineries, but I don't think he necessarily needs to do that. A lot of Predator tanks out here for Bikerushownz, and they're going to be pretty much mincemeat against this Disintegrator and Devourer tank combo coming out from PoKeMoM. Let's see if there's any kind of an anti-infantry transition out from Bike Rush. No, he has dropped a War Factory on his expansion, but you can see he's already got 2 refineries on this expansion, so huge eco advantage going in favor of Bikerushownz right now, and PoKeMoM not seeing this and not finding an opportunity to really capitalize on it. However, tech advantage going over to PoKeMoM. He's got that tier 3 already, and an engineer running up straight through the center, going to be getting sniped. Wait, what? Okay, I'm a little bit lost as to how that happened, but okay. The engineer going to grab that EMP spike. I've never actually seen that happen before. But then again, we don't see engineers going to that tip spike, or rather that EMP spike very often. Anyways, EMP spike will be going over in favor of Bikerushownz. Excuse me. And then PoKeMoM going to be cleaning up one of the tip spikes here for Bike Rush. Now Bike Rush is on the back foot a little bit. He's got a pretty decent-sized army pushing into his base. However, AP ammo and the Harvester coming down to actually get a crush. Not sure where that Harvester's going. It looks like it's going down to the lower refineries there. So interesting movement out of Bikerushownz. He's going to push back this army, and it looks like the EMP control center is still under his control here, not getting shot up on the retreat here. Harvester coming back from the blue tib here for PoKeMoM. So despite being down eco-wise, he is grabbing that blue tib. He did push Bike Rush back a little bit, but Bike Rush has got a pretty substantial tier 1 army. Very substantial tier 1 army, wow. As he's got probably triple or quadruple War Factory at this stage. Yeah, he is still pumping off of his War Factory back at home. Does have the tier 2 as well, and the tier 3 back here as well. So likely going to be railguns since he's invested so heavily in Predator tanks. So much tier 1 spam coming out from Bike Rush. And the question is, what is it going to be coming out from PoKeMoM to deal with it? He does have those Reaper tripods out now. Should be looking to get the shield upgrades. I think that's going to be really good against eventual EMP. And it looks like the EMP control center getting focused down now by some disintegrators as well as some Devourer tanks. So we're going to try to focus that down. It looks like it's down to about half HP, but now he's going to get chased back by the railgun Predator tanks here. And the EMP control center will be left alive. And a few of these Devourer tanks going to get chewed up here as they're falling back, so just going to be trading out for free against Bike Rush. That's not what you want to be seeing up against Bike Rush at all. Meanwhile, Reaper tripods continue to run down. No upgrades done for those guys yet, no shields nor conversion reserves. So need to be seeing some upgrades purchased here in the near future for PoKeMoM. It looks like shields probably going to be on the way for him, as it looks like it's taking too long to build to be those conversion reserves. And a number of those tripods are charged up, however, not all of them, so missing out on a bit of damage opportunity. However, they're going to do a great job against this tier 1 army here from Bike Rush. Not sure how long he's had that EMP control center, though, so that could potentially change this game. It is still left alive here down on the bottom side. Rifleman squad, no, I'm sorry, Grenadier squad coming up through the middle, likely with those EMP grenades. We'll have to see if we can find another squad here that would have them. It doesn't look like he has too many other Grenadier squads out on the map. Nope, no more Grenadier squads. Huge tier 1 army out of Bike Rush. He's just spamming tier 1. Doesn't seem to be too concerned about building anything else. And PoKeMoM bunched up with these Reaper tripods. Still no shields. Not sure what that upgrade was, actually. He doesn't have any shields. Still no shields, and he looks like he's stalled for cash as well. EMP control center locks down all of these tripods. Shockwave artillery comes in as well, going to be repeating the EMP, so stun lock for days on this army here, and PoKeMoM has just been obliterated. He's just lost all of his tripods for nothing here. Stasis shield comes down, and PoKeMoM throws it in. No way to deal with that. That was just a huge loss there for PoKeMoM. So unfortunate there. Just a fantastic EMP opportunity from Bikerush, and that's exactly what he was looking for. He realized that his win condition here was with the spammed out tier 1. He needed to get that EMP on those tripods, and he got a perfect opportunity. They were all bunched up, no shields to absorb that first EMP shot. Gets the huge EMP with the EMP control center, which was left alive, and then the follow-up shockwave artillery getting that stun lock. I think those tripods were locked down for the better part of like 15 seconds or so, and when you have railgun predator tanks pounding away on them, even with the stasis shield locking down a good portion of them, it's not going to stop it. So very interesting spammy game there from Bikerushownz, but nonetheless an interesting game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Pretty short game. We may post this one, may not sure. I'll hold on to it for a rainy day, but we will see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you all next time.